As some of you might know, I've been into e-commerce in the past. I had my supplement company and it was a failure. I did learn a couple of things out of it, but I still didn't fulfill my e-commerce hunch. And as someone that's getting into investing and acquiring companies, I'm always interested in trends and seeing what works, and also to for who I should work with as clients, for example, with my various businesses. So, a niche that I found interesting lately was prepping for various reasons, which I'm about to dive into. So that means that if I have to relaunch an e-commerce, I think it'd be a prepping one with various asterisks here. I don't want to store merchandise, so I think it would be more like an investment, something along these lines. So yeah, let me just get more into it as per the why. So here, if you go on Google Trends, and that's just a good tip when you research some companies you're about to get into, you can see the some trends here. So let's look at 2008. Like what I found is that prepping is more or less related slash correlated with financial distress, with recession. So the 2008 crisis here, you can see a small increase. But around 2012, which is, conspiracy theories about the end of the world, the Mayan calendar, which was all bullshit, obviously. But you can see that, it skyrocketed. And being a prepping business around these times was, yeah, very, most likely very, very, very profitable. And yeah, I'm going to get in another asterisk about this business, which I wouldn't only sell gear, I would build bunkers for rich people, because these folks are the main ones that could drive seismic revenue growth in that type of company. Anyway, I'm going to get back in my analysis here. So 2012, and then yeah, more of it in 2012. Like it's probably because of fake news and whatever. And then you can see some kind of decrease in here, and then again, a bit more, probably because of episodes on TVs. That that the topic got popular, and then some people just caught up a year later with some episodes, as they were like, okay, yeah, this is trendy and so forth. Again, here, up until 2020 with coronavirus. And you can see here, it's funny, but it's not, on this page here. They've got like COVID. So it's total, like, well, what I'm getting from these sites is that it's total conspiracy theories, like the paranoid kind of people. I'd be more like these guys here, Big Mountain Survival, and or even more like these guys here, which I'm gonna show you their numbers. So like way cleaner, less conspiracy theories, nothing like the bullshit that you're seeing on the other website, which is very much like anarchist, low education, low IQ people. But you can see here with COVID, it really got up because people thought that we might be susceptible to a financial collapse or something. But yeah, you can see the trends here, and I think this is only going to go up as humans will be humans, and with the mass media and the mass lobotomization of the herds, like people will start freaking out more and more. People are just too stressed, and what happens in those moments is that paranoia happens. So even if we talk about the end of the world or not, talking about consumer psychology here, these trends will be more and more trendy, and more people will start buying these things, because at the end of the day, humans, they want security, right? If you check out Maslow's hierarchy of needs, they want shelter, so the bunkers, that would be a strong aspect of the business. And then yeah, apart from shelter, they want like food, and then all these other needs can be taken care of by their peers, like love and so forth, social stuff. So whether if it happens, I personally don't think like any. I think the human race is so gritty and resilient, and that total world apocalypse will never happen. There'll always be people surviving, but because of companies like this one that I'm talking about. But regardless of if these seismic events happen or not. By the way, if let's say that a nuclear bomb goes off, far from your house, well, you can still get in your bunker and stay there for quite a while if you're like that uncertain about what will happen and so forth. So, and yeah, it's a place. It's also a business that's ripe for innovation. So if you're in a bunker, can you have some kind of internet connection? That includes solar panels, that are kind of dissimulated. It includes security equipment like drones and so forth, and bots. So it's kind of an exciting industry, and every human wants security, and rich people, they're willing to invest quite a lot in that again. So not to keep repeating myself here, but yeah, the trends. We can make use of that for sure to finance the business in some areas, but I would hit a very specific niche, mostly targeting rich people initially. Um, and yeah, like I would diversify as time goes, and more on the bunker thing. So that was Google Trends. You can also do a competitor search to see people that are in that niche and the kind of branding that they have, and so forth. To me, my experience, I mean, e-commerce can still be cool because it can be somewhat automated, like especially if you have a nice team and so forth. But like storing objects is never cool. The cool thing in that case is that, yeah, these objects, they have huge shelf life. So if you don't sell them and you go bankrupt, it's not like a supplement business in which there was a date of expiration, which is just another reason why these business are relevant. So most items, they can last 25 years. So you're kind of insured of success in that case. So yeah, that's a website. Here you can see it's design gets a bit better than the last one we've seen, but still nothing incredible. This is similar web, so yeah, this website has gone quite up in the ranks quite significantly in the last couple months. It might be related to the talks of recession. Now, this one you can see, yeah, it's very rustic website. You can kind of guess who's behind these websites. It's kind of a military slash how do you call them, rednecks, that, yeah, are behind that. So I would be like a bit, I would bring legit stuff to this domain. I would bring legitimacy to the prepping, or the preppers of this world, because the brand is very weak now with like preppers. They're viewed as these crazy paranoid people. I'd bring like rationality and IQ and like real thinking, strategic thinking. Although like from my experience in the prepper world right now, that I mean, if you have a gun, you're pretty much that's 80% of the way there. Having multiple guns and ammunitions, that's like 80% of your defense systems. That's where I would start. My American friends are already good on that level, but anyway, so yeah, that the branding is very weak on that one. And here, yeah, you have some stats. Again, this website has been slightly going up, but I don't think it's managed super well. Could be, this one's stagnating. So, for example, could be on a place to acquisition, whether we acquire their users, their data, and keep on running the websites, go through a full upgrade, doomsday preps. Yeah, these one. I mean, even the branding, doomsday prep. Not like not that good. Maybe we could even go through a full rebranding, but I would guess the audience is like pretty much these hillbillies. This one here, another sign that and this one the branding is like better. It's more like mountain gear, so different niche, but I like how, and I mean, yeah, they also do prepping, obviously, because they popped up like a very high on Google. But I like the branding better, so that would be an idea of how we would make stuff look. And yeah, it's also a different movement, because a lot of prepper peeps, they're about finding one place and staying there. but I think shit can go wrong as well when you have your own spot and you're being discovered, and being nomad could be a nice plan B, and going in the mountains and so forth and surviving there. That could be another interesting niche. So I mean, you can go very very niche, and you can squeeze a lot of dollars out of these business, because especially with people with cash, um, these folks are all about risk management. So we could even build like consultation plans of what do you do if this happens and so forth. It could be a humongous business actually, because we're operating in the land of the hypothetic. So it's not real, it's not happening right now. It could happen for sure, and it will probably happen according to many experts. But you can go plan B, C, D, E, F, G, with those folks. And then with new strategies that arise with new technology, the landscape kind of changes. And yeah, these bunkers also, they need some kind of maintenance. So it's a huge fucking business. There's a secrecy aspect to especially the bunker business, because it's like built on the property. By the way, it's like we could help them acquire other property, build tunnels and so forth. With helipads and all that kind of shit, if they have a lot of money. But yeah, obviously they want to sign NDAs. You cannot feature too much work. There's various TV series in that domain. We could have some more of them, and build a full show on showcasing like the best bunkers and not telling the location. Pay the owners to have their bunkers featured. Also, let's not forget that bunkers are also bragging rights for, especially for rich people, and all their gears. So it's like, hey, look at my bunker, to their rich friends and so forth. So I mean, it's so interesting. To be honest, very, very interesting. If I would get in that niche, another place of innovation is just building houses underground. There are different types of structure. In my mind, they can be way cheaper, and that could lead to more innovation when it comes to building. Houses have been built up the land, but yeah, that could lead to other innovations, which could help in other types of businesses, namely construction. So lots of potential here. To recap, in the survivalist niche, the prepping niche, whether it is bunkers, whether it is to sell gears, I'd be interested to see also the choice in Amazon. But here, I mean, where to start? It's like it's everything for a life past civilization. So you're like by your own, you can grow um yeah, your own garden. There's medical kits, obviously. In the bunkers there could be various rooms, a surgery room, there could be an armory. It's like literally building a second house, but downstairs, on the low key, on the low. And by the way, we could also develop security systems for their main house, although yeah, it's mostly gonna be inefficient. But yeah, so yeah, electricity, obviously, life strong, that's always useful. So I mean, look at these numbers here. So yeah, it's you can see that this shit sells for quite a lot. Quite a lot of units being going out here. So I'd like to get the stats here, and the yeah, like the growth of these things, batteries, obviously. So yeah, there's a bunch of very cool stuff here. So yeah, hope that you like this short analysis, this blabbering about the survivalist niche. I'm gonna do more of those. Like I said, I'm not necessarily looking to get again in my hands dirty in e-commerce, like with managing a stock and all this bullshit. But I definitely acquired like stakes of, let's say, 51% in businesses, probably even 50-50 also, and just see, where we can get this. And that would be definitely something that would be part of my portfolio in the next couple of years.